So you did it. You booked the ticket to Spain and you are already picturing yourself sipping sangria in the sun, getting lost in ancient cobblestone streets and eating your body weight in tapas. But let's be honest, there's that tiny nagging voice in the back of your head, the one that is terrified of making that one awkward mistake that just screams, I am definitely not from around here. We all have been there, from leaning in for a kiss that should have been a handshake to ordering a coffee that makes the barista laugh and not with you.
Awkward. So awkward.
These moments can make you feel like a total outsider, but they don't have to. I am from Spain myself, so today I'm breaking down the 5 biggest social blunders tourists make in Spain. By the end of this, you will be navigating the social scene with the confidence of a local ready for that authentic trip you have been dreaming of. Alright, mistake number 1, the greeting game, mastering the dos besos. You are being introduced to a friend of a friend. What's the play? A firm handshake, a cool casual wave, or do you dive in for the famous dos besos, the 2 kisses? This single moment can be a minefield of social doom. Going for a handshake when they are leaning in, it's awkward, but going for a kiss when it's not right can feel so much worse. So let's diffuse this social dilemma. The double cheek kiss is the standard greeting in almost any social situation here in Spain. This is how a man greets a woman or how 2 women greet each other, even if it's their first time meeting. Now, the key is that it's not a real slobbery kiss, it's more of a light earth kiss, cheek to cheek, with a little kissing sound. The golden rule, you almost always start by leaning to your left to connect with the right cheek first, and then the left. But, and this is a big but, okay guys? In any formal or business setting, a handshake is still king, okay? If you're meeting someone professionally, stick with the handshake to be safe. And 2 men who are friends will usually shake hands or do a kind of, backpack hug, but very rarely do 2 kisses. So, when in doubt, in a casual setting with a woman, just get ready for the dos besos and don't be shocked if you have to do a full lap of kisses for a big group. It feels like a marathon, okay? But it's totally normal, no worries. Nailing this right away just melts that tourist local barrier instantly. Alright, mistake number 2, eating at ghost time hours. Okay, this might be the biggest mistake of all. One that leaves tourists wandering empty streets, hungry, angry, and defeated. So you have had a huge day of sightseeing. It is 6:30 p.m. and your stomach is staging a protest. You head out for dinner, but there's just one problem. Every single authentic restaurant is closed. The only places with lights on are either selling sad-looking pastries or a tourist trap with menus that only have pictures. Welcome to Spanish Time. Life here, guys, just runs on a different schedule, okay? Spaniards eat their meals way later than most of the world. Lunch, or la comida, is the main event of the day, happening somewhere between 2 and 4 p.m. Dinner, la cena, is a much lighter meal and you rarely start before 9 p.m. And sitting down at 10 p.m. is completely normal. So, trying to eat dinner at 7 p.m. is like trying to eat lunch at 10 a.m. You are just way too early and most restaurant kitchens are still closed. So, how do you survive? You adapt and live like a local. Have a massive lunch. Find a spot with a menú del día, a fixed price menu that's usually amazing value. To survive the huge gap before dinner, Spanish people have la merienda, which is around 5:30 p.m. This is just a small snack like a pastry or a little sandwich. Then around 8 or 8:30 p.m. you can do what the locals do, go for tapas and drinks before sitting down for that lighter dinner much later. Seriously, adjusting your stomach's clock is the #1 key to unlocking the real Spain and avoiding those lonely, hungry nights. Now, if you want to be smart and avoid peak hours, think that lunch in Spain again is usually between 2 and 4 p.m. So if you go around 1 p.m., that's gonna be perfect. And dinner, if the peak hour is 9 or 10 p.m., if you go around 8:30 p.m., the kitchen is gonna be open and no one is gonna be there because again, the locals don't eat that early. They're gonna be later. So that's my advice. Mistake number 3, the tipping trap. To tip or not to tip? Tipping, the universal source of trouble and anxiety. In Spain, this is especially confusing if you come from a country with a heavy tipping culture like the US. The mistake is not just for one thing, it's either over tipping and looking a bit clueless or just stressing out the entire meal about what to do. Alright, let me just settle this for you right now. Tipping in Spain is not mandatory or even widely expected. Service staff here earn a full living wage, so they do not rely on tips to get by. A tip is what it should be. A genuine thank you for a great service, not an obligation. So for most things, coffee or a beer, just rounding up the bill to the nearest euro or even the little coins is perfectly fine. If you have had a nice sit-down dinner and the service was fantastic, leaving about 5 to 10% is seen as very generous gesture. But that's the high end. Honestly, many Spaniards don't tip at all or just a euro, and no one is gonna chase you down the street if you don't. Here is another pro tip, the bill. In Spain, it's considered rude for a waiter to bring you the check before you ask for it. They don't want to rush you. You have to make eye contact and ask, "La cuenta, por favor." And if you are with a group of friends, splitting the bill evenly or pagar a medias is super common, so do not worry about that. So please relax, enjoy your meal, and only leave a little extra if you feel like the service was special. Again, just remember, it is not obligated to leave a tip, but it's definitely appreciated. So I recommend you leave, again, between 5 or 10%, maybe a euro when you drink a coffee. They will absolutely love it and appreciate it. By the way, if these tips are helping you plan your grand Spanish adventure, do me a solid and hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. And also, you can download my Spain travel guide. It has so many great tips and tricks. It is linked on my description box. It's gonna help you a lot. But now, let's go with mistake number 4. The fashion, dressing like you're on a spring break. Spain has incredible beaches, you guys, no doubt. I mean, Menorca, Mallorca, Ibiza, oh, beautiful. But the mistake is dressing for the beach when you are in the city. Your flip-flops, basketball shorts, and string strap tank tops are perfect for the coast, but if you wear them walking around Madrid, Sevilla, Valencia, or Barcelona, you might as well have a giant sign above your head that says tourist. Spaniards generally dress up a bit more and take pride on their appearance. Even for a casual day out, you will just notice people look put together. This does not mean you need a 3-piece suit, but it does mean that activewear is for the gym and beachwear is for the beach. Walking into a shop shirtless or just in a bikini top is a huge no, and you will rarely, if ever, see a local wearing sweatpants in public. To blend in, just think smart casual. For city exploring, go well-fitting jeans, styling dress, or a skirt. Linen is your absolute best friend in the summer. Since you will be walking a ton, comfortable but stylish shoes are a must. Think smart sneakers or, something like that. Leave the cheap rubber flip-flops for the hotel pool. And also, if you plan to visit a cathedral or church, it is a sign of respect to cover your shoulders and knees. It is not about changing your whole style, it's just about putting in a little effort. It shows respect, and it's honestly, it makes you feel more like you are part of the city. Now, if you're comfortable wearing, again, flip-flops or active wear, that is totally fine. You do you. You don't have to change, again, your whole wardrobe just for a vacation. You can wear whatever makes you feel comfortable. Just keep in mind that some specific places, again, like churches and things like that, may not let you in with a bikini top. Last but not least, mistake number 5, rushing through a relaxed culture. Okay, life in Spain moves at a different tempo, okay? It's slower and much more focused on enjoying the moment. A classic mistake that visitors make is bringing their fast-paced, efficiency, obsessed mindset with them, which usually leads to frustration and can even come off rude. You will feel this mostly in restaurants and cafes, okay? You might think the service is so slow, but the waiter is not ignoring you. They are giving you space and time to enjoy your meal and your company. Spanish people treasure the sobremesa. I've talked about this on my social media many times because I find this so fascinating and I love it. The sobremesa is the tradition of lingering at the table, talking, digesting long after the plate has been cleared. Trying to frantically flag down a waiter or tapping your watch is considered pretty impolite. A simple patient hand sign, raise your hand, they will see you and just say the check please or la cuenta, and that's it. This relaxed life goes beyond meals. Socially, being 10-15 minutes late is not just acceptable, it's often the norm, unfortunately. Shops will close for a few hours in the afternoon, especially in smaller towns and down south. You cannot find the rhythm, okay? So you just might as well join it. Slow down, take the long lunch, go for a stroll instead of a power walk. The secret to Spain is realizing the life here is meant to be easy, not always convenient. Embracing this laid-back attitude is the final key to truly connect with the culture on a much deeper level. So that's the list, the 5 social tripwires that can make you stand out in Spain. Just remember to master the dos pesos, eat on Spanish time, chill out about taping, dress for the city, and please embrace the slower pace of life. But of course, the most important thing to remember is that Spain is an incredibly warm and welcoming place. Spaniards are famously friendly and are very forgiving of foreigners who are at least trying. Nobody is expecting you to be perfect. The point is not to be flawless, it's just to be aware and respectful. By making these small tweaks, you will not just avoid some awkward moments, you will open the door to a richer, more genuine travel experience. You will connect with people, you will enjoy your food more, and you will live with a much deeper love for this beautiful culture. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this and want more travel tips, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss the next one. Adios.